It reportedly started during a team meeting last week when Stefanski openly questioned Sanders' leadership ability. Multiple people with direct knowledge say the coach suggested Dylan Gabriel, the very player who had just served a suspension, deserved more first-team reps. That set the stage for tension. Stefanski didn't stop there. He challenged Sanders' preparation, his decision-making, his ability to read defenses and stand tall in the pocket. At first, Sanders kept quiet, taking in the criticism as he has done many times before. But something shifted. Witnesses described his body language changing, his patience snapping. When the meeting ended, Sanders walked out without saying a word, leaving his teammates stunned. For many inside the room, it wasn't the comments themselves. It was the culmination of months of what they saw as calculated disrespect. Sanders came into Cleveland with the full backing of ownership. Draft night wasn't just about adding another rookie, it was about installing the face of the franchise, a quarterback the Haslams themselves publicly endorsed as the future. But while ownership rolled out the red carpet, the coaching staff did the opposite. From the very beginning, Sanders was compared to Gabriel. Every film session included extra jabs. Every meeting seemed to carry undertones questioning his readiness. He delivered strong performances in camp, but the validation he expected never came. For him, Stefanski's public remarks during that meeting weren't an isolated critique. They were the final straw. The boiling point came during a midweek practice. It was supposed to be a standard drill, nothing special. Sanders strung together 3 straight completions, moving the ball efficiently. On his 4th throw, a miscommunication with a rookie receiver led to an incompletion. Stefanski immediately blew the whistle, stopping practice cold. In front of the entire team, staff, and support personnel, he tore into Sanders, dissecting his reads in a way that sources say felt humiliating rather than constructive. One line stuck out. That's high school level processing. Gabriel makes that throw blindfolded. That was it. Sanders removed his helmet, locked eyes with Stefanski, and said clearly, "I'm done with this disrespect." Then he walked straight off the field. No argument, no debate, just gone. Veterans on the team, men who have seen countless confrontations between coaches and quarterbacks, admitted this one felt different. It wasn't just emotion, it was a statement. Within hours, Sanders' representatives reportedly contacted team management, laying down an ultimatum. Their client would not take the field against Cincinnati unless he received a public apology. And changes to the coaching staff. That message detonated inside the facility. Ownership suddenly found itself cornered. Jimmy Haslam, who had personally vouched for Sanders, faced an impossible decision: stand by his hand-picked quarterback or support his head coach's authority. No option came without consequences. At its core, this isn't just a personality clash, it's a philosophical war. Stefanski represents the old guard: respect earned over time, authority built through structure, development paced carefully and methodically. His Minnesota background, his reliance on analytics and repetition, his insistence on patience, all of it fits that model. Sanders represents something else entirely. He is the modern quarterback, brand-driven, empowered, expected to deliver, results immediately and unwilling to be diminished. Those two worlds cannot exist comfortably side by side, and the Browns are learning that the hard way. Inside the building, the divide is real. Offensive linemen reportedly back Stefanski. They value stability, structure, and accountability. To them, a rookie demanding respect without proving it is a dangerous precedent. One veteran lineman was overheard saying he needs to earn his stripes before making demands. Defensive players, meanwhile, are trying to stay neutral. They're focused on Joe Burrow and the Bengals, but even in film rooms, the quarterback drama dominates the conversation. The receivers are the most conflicted of all. They've built chemistry with Sanders, they love his ability to extend plays, but they also respect Stefanski's system. Amari Cooper even held a private meeting with the receiver group to try and unify their position, but that meeting ended in further division. Young players siding with Sanders, veterans backing the coach. The fan base has exploded into open warfare. Social media is ablaze with hashtags calling for Stefanski's firing, while others demand Sanders be humbled. Local sports radio is consumed by the story, with every caller armed with an opinion. Season ticket holders are threatening cancellations. Merchandise sales are reportedly plummeting, and the narrative of dysfunction is consuming the franchise just days before a critical divisional matchup. Meanwhile, the Bengals are preparing in silence, focused and professional. Joe Burrow is locked in, Jamar Chase is torching secondaries, and Cincinnati's defense is coming together. They don't need any bulletin board material. The Browns are handing them the advantage before the game even starts. One Bengals assistant was even overheard saying, "We're preparing for everything because they clearly don't know what they're doing." That kind of statement usually stays behind closed doors. The fact that it leaked speaks volumes about how the rest of the league views Cleveland's dysfunction. And then there's the broader impact. This isn't just about Cleveland. Other teams are watching closely. If Sanders forces changes through an ultimatum, it sets a precedent across the league. It means rookies, stars, and high-profile draft picks could exert more power over coaching staffs than ever before. If Stefanski holds firm, it reinforces coaching authority, reminding everyone that no player, no matter how talented or marketable, is bigger than the team. What happens here could influence draft strategies, free agent decisions, and even how franchises manage young quarterbacks for years to come. Inside the Browns facility, the atmosphere is being described as funeral-like. Walkthroughs with backup quarterbacks are happening in the background. Dylan Gabriel, fresh off his suspension, is now preparing as if he might start. The irony isn't lost on anyone. He was suspended for clashing with Sanders, and now he could be the beneficiary of Sanders clashing with Stefanski. The circular dysfunction is almost poetic in how destructive it is. Sanders, for his part, remains silent publicly, but resolute privately. Those close to him say he's not backing down. He sees this as a defining moment for his career. Giving in now, he believes, would mean being disrespected forever. Stefanski sees it the opposite way. If he bends, he loses the locker room permanently. Neither side is willing to blink, and the Browns are stuck in the middle, spiraling further into chaos as kickoff looms. National media has pounced. Every network is dedicating segments to the story. Skip Bayless is defending Sanders' passion, Stephen A. Smith is backing Stefanski's authority, and Pat McAfee is calling the entire situation absolutely bonkers. Analysts are split, fans are divided, and the Browns' dysfunction is on full display for the entire football world to see. What happens next remains unclear. Scenarios are being tossed around. Fire Stefanski before Sunday and let Sanders play under an interim coach. Keep Stefanski, bench Sanders, and risk a humiliating loss to Cincinnati. Find a last-minute compromise that papers over the cracks but doesn't solve the real issues. Or, in the most dramatic possibility, explore trading Sanders altogether and hitting reset on the entire experiment. Every option is disastrous in its own way, yet time marches forward. The Bengals are coming. The game will be played whether Cleveland is ready or not. And right now, they are anything but ready. This isn't just a quarterback controversy. It's a referendum on who controls the Browns and perhaps who controls the modern NFL. For Browns fans, it feels like deja vu. Decades of quarterback instability, countless false dawns, and now, just when it seemed they had found their franchise savior, the team finds itself unraveling before a single meaningful snap against a divisional rival. Ownership, coaching, players, and fans are all pulling in different directions, and the only constant is dysfunction. Sunday's game against the Bengals will be remembered for more than football. It's already become a test of philosophy, of authority, and of survival. And no matter the outcome, one thing is certain: the Cleveland Browns have once again turned chaos into an art form.